Now, a slime mold is a number of single-celled amoeba, and they drop out of the bottom of the slime mold, self-sacrificing. They die, and the pathogen dies along with them, which is an altruistic act, but it doesn't come from this brain. It comes through this brain. But that's a suggestion that consciousness goes out beyond the body. So another piece of science that can help prove that consciousness may be beyond the body and in a field of energy that just is at the fundamental core of who and what we are and the universe that exists around us was an experiment they did with a slime mold. Now, a slime mold is a number of single-celled amoeba that come together in a colony that creates this slime mold that then moves around together as a bunch of single-celled creatures with identical DNA.
So it's a crowd of amoebas.
It's a crowd of amoebas that work in conjunction with each other, but they take on different functions within the slime mold itself. So these single-celled amoeba start to come together and create like internal organs that have different functions, that these slime mold amoeba over here do different things than these slime mold amoeba over here do, and including an immune system response where 1% of these individual creatures go around swallowing up the pathogens that find themselves within the slime mold, and they drop out of the bottom of the slime mold, self-sacrificing. They die, and the pathogen dies along with them, which is an altruistic act at a single-celled organism scale. They throw themselves on a grenade for the rest of the slime mold at a single-celled organism scale. So they did an experiment with these things, and they put some oatmeal in the path of the Japanese researchers, so they used the population centers around Tokyo, Japan. And they had this train system that would ship people around that the engineers put together with computers and a group of engineers, and they let this slime mold go on these little piles of oatmeal. And what slime molds will do is they'll build a little tube system to ship the nutrients around when they find the food so that everybody gets fed. And so it spreads out and it starts finding these piles of oatmeal and starts creating these tube systems. And within 24 hours, the single-celled organisms of this slime mold had a tube system that looked exactly like the Japanese rail system that the engineers in the computer had built, except they took millions of dollars and months to build the train design for the computer systems to put together. The engineers did. The slime mold did it in 24 hours. It did it in a more efficient fashion than the train system wound up being, and was more efficient and would have cost less money had the Japanese engineers built it that way, that the slime mold built it. Right? So these are single-celled organisms that figured out a better train system for Tokyo, Japan than Tokyo, Japan had actually built. Where does that intelligence come from, except below the level of the cells themselves coming up into the cells?
Holy shit.
So that's another pretty good proof that consciousness is something that is more of a field of intelligence that we tap into. It certainly gives us animation, certainly gives us the ability to experience things, right? We have this body, and if our brain gets blown off or whatever, it certainly limits our ability, and we have brain damage and malformations. It certainly restricts our ability to experience consciousness, but it doesn't come from this brain. It comes through this brain.
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Ryan. Click here to subscribe to the Shawn Ryan Show YouTube channel for the hottest and most compelling interviews that you will not see anywhere else. I've also made a playlist of all the previous SRS episodes so they're easy to find. You can find that right here.